Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. As usual, I want to first, as always, start by thanking a good shout out and thank you to all of my subscribers. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to review my videos. Hopefully you find them educational and you're kind of picking up the bits and pieces of it. For those that are watching for the first time, please do me a favor and then down below, just like, share, and subscribe to the channel. I try to put out at least one video per week. So if there's any things or topics that you would like for me to discuss or talk about more, please don't hesitate to put those in the comments as well. Additionally, I also have a membership that is already set up. So those that want to join as a member, feel free to do so. That way we can go live one-on-one. We can talk about your topics, your concerns, or maybe you need help with something. All right, without further delay, let's get into today's topic. And today's topic is going to be on veterans benefits outside of the VA. So recently I posted a video on the top 15 things that I think is great if you are VA 100% permanent and total. Today I'm going to talk about maybe some of the benefits that you may not be aware of outside of the VA. So let's get into it. Number one is no property tax on your home. So if you own a home, each state is a little bit different. So I encourage you to do your research. So I live in the state of Maryland. So in Maryland is one of those states that if you're 100% permanent total, they do not charge you any tax. Now, some good positive things about the tax. So once you get that 100% permanent total, you're going to reach out to your property tax assess office and basically file an application that you became 100% permanent and total on this date. What they'll do is it'll take a couple weeks to process, and then they will backdate the effective date of your VA letter. Any tax that you paid at that time prior to moving forward, they will send you a reimbursement check for that as well. Some states like Maryland also, they will do an audit probably several months into your 100% permanent total. And if your income tax was a certain amount, they also send back a check to cover any extra tax that you paid over a certain amount. So please get with your prospective state and see where that falls. Okay, I think that is a great added benefit. There's just some things that I recently did on my own and didn't know that that was available. All right, so again, if you got any additional questions on that topic, please don't hesitate to hit me up below. All right, we're gonna jump into number two. Number two is gonna be educational benefits for your dependents. This is a very complex area, and there's a lot of legs to this. So you might wanna reach out to your state rep because there are things statewide that is beneficial. So understand that your child, once they graduate high school, will be eligible to go to a state university, and that state university is basically going to cover your tuition costs. Again, kind of figure out if you are half-time, part-time, full-time, and determine by the state how much of that is going to be covered. Again, Maryland is one of those states that will cover your child or dependent based on what level they will be conducted of tuition they'll be covered. Now, additionally, your dependent is also entitled to a stipend, and depending on the state, Maryland currently is about $1,250 a month stipend that dependent will be receiving monthly while they're in this process, and that's based on a full-time standard. So just understand that going out, that's based on a full-time standard. So if you're going quarter or half-time, that will fluctuate. And then from calendar year for calendar year, that stipend may differ from state to state. So again, you really have to do your due diligence there. Number three is your disabled veteran license plate. So once you hit that 100%, take that letter down to your DHS&V, Department of Motor Vehicle, and give them that a copy of D-14 current driver's license, and they will update your information. They'll give you that DV tag, and that DV tag, only one vehicle, your tag now becomes indefinite. So when you register, you don't have to register your car. This is your lifetime tag if you remain in that particular state. Again, states may vary, so please do your research. Now, I say that to say this. What I didn't know is that you also receive 2 handicap placards, and those placards allows you to park in basically any handicap spot. So that's also added benefit. So depending on your disability or ailment, it actually puts you closer to establishments wherever you have to go. So I thought that was pretty good. All right, number 4. Number 4 is free access to state parks and national parks. Okay, so basically that also affords you to request it from that state. Again, some states may differ, but here in Maryland, all fishing license, hunting license are basically free. You just apply and they'll provide that to you. You also get the National Park Pass. You go online to the National Park Services, you fill out an application, you pay $20, and they give you a lifetime membership card, a very nice looking card. And it's a lifetime membership to go to any national park that they have for free. I think that's great. All right, number 5. Number 5 is when you go to the VA, there's no cost. There's no cost for your medical care. Some of it, again, based on your disability, but you're not paying anything, whether you have insurance or you do not. There's no cost there. Your family also gets what is called CHAMP VA. If you have a family, that also provides you with medical care for your family members as well, referring to your spouse and immediate children, less than 21 years old or 23 if they're in college. Do your research on that and see if that's adequate for you as well. All right, we're going to get into number 6. Number 6 is free parking at airports and cruise terminals. I recently discovered that within the DC, Washington, Maryland area, you can go to the airport as long as you kind of have that DV tag, you place a car in the designated parking locations with your handicap sticker placed. You do not have to pay for parking. If you're not sure, please go into the link description below, and I'll leave a link for the number that you can call to kind of verify or what documentation you may need when to have with you. I do recommend having basically your 100% permanent total VA a letter inside the car with you and your ID card. I think that will be beneficial for parking. All right, and then we're gonna do, let's say, number 7. And number 7 is going to be the discharge of your student loans. This is a very interesting topic for me because personally, I have 4 masters and a PhD, and so I had $118,000 in student loans. From the moment I got that that disability letter, I pushed it out and applied through www.disabilitydischarge.com. I'll put that in the link below. Also, was corresponding back and forth on the disability information at nelnet.com. I'll put that down below as well. And basically, you'll just follow the process. They'll reach out to the Department of Education. They'll verify your information. It may take a couple weeks to a month for them to verify the information. You'll get a notification back from the Department of Education that that amount has been discharged. However, you might have to wait additional weeks for whoever your lenders are to process their portion of it. And then they'll notify you that those loans are basically closed. Especially if it's on your credit, it will be closed. 0 balance will be due. Any monies that was paid, whether it was in deferment or you're still paying, whatever you paid prior to your disability date of permanent and total, they will send you a reimbursement check for that amount. I thought that was really interesting as well, because even although America as a whole had kind of postponed payments on our student loans, I continued to pay. So they reimbursed me for all of that. That was outstanding. So please do your research. If you have any additional questions, please leave them down below, and I'll be delighted to help you with that. Okay, we're gonna jump right into number 8. And number 8 is your military ID card for you and your family members. So Basically, you'll go into https semicolon / idco.dmdc.osd.mil /idco /. I'll put that link down below, and you can schedule an appointment. You're going to have to bring in proof of that identification, such as your driver's license, a passport, social security card, DD-214, your VA letter, and they're going to give you an indefinite military ID card. The new card may change from state to state. Here it's green in color, looks just like a military cat card, and basically it'll say indefinite, and your family members can get that as well. My family have it. I think it's a great tool to have, because there are a lot of other things that come with that, and I'll get into that in a second. Number nine is your military-based services. So with that, not only having access to the installation on that ID card, you have the ability to use the services on the installation. That means you can use the PX, you can use the commissary, you can use MWR, so all the activities and excursions and events that they have going on, you have the ability to utilize those services. If they're discounted trips, go into a specific location, you get the times, the schedule, you can sign up just as though you were working on the military installation as a full-time soldier. This also allows you to utilize things such as your gyms, your pools, and all the other resources on the installation, to include legal services. And what I mean by that is, as long as you present that ID card, you're pretty much getting the same benefits as a soldier. You can use the legal services, you can do wills, you can get notaries, you can inquire. That's all part of the benefits, so please take advantage of that. Number 10, with that ID card for you and your families, allows you to fly Space A. So what that basically means is, if that Air Force installation has a flight that's going CONUS, it does not, I say again, it does not include overseas. Don't know why. I think that's pretty crappy, but even just to take a flight from here to California or someplace else, if that flight is going to that location, you go in and you sign up on Space Available. If there's seats on the aircraft, you and your family can travel. Okay, when we're active duty, we know how it works. If it's based off rank, you could be bumped. However, if that Air Force Base has regular flights, you just go and stand by. What does it hurt? As a veteran, if you're not working, you have to travel. I think it's kind of ideal that you have that. All right, number 11. Number 11 is auto insurance discounts. So depending on what insurance company you have, once you become 100% permanent total, reach out. There are some companies like USAA, Nationwide, American Family Insurance. Some may already give you a discount based on your employment, whether you're a federal employee or in the military. But having that 100% disability, you may get a separate discount that may bring your rate down a little bit lower. The next thing is housing assistance. That will be number 12. Housing assistance. So if you're having difficulty with housing, you have nowhere to go, understand that the state has, excuse me, state-funded veteran homes that you can find out. The state of Maryland has about 5 of them in the state. So as long as you can get there, if you're having a problem with housing, that would assist you greatly. Just do your research online and find out where they're located. If the services is available, then take advantage of it. The veterans, we don't need to be out on the street. Been there, done that, because we're unaware of the services, so please don't fall into that. The next thing is income tax exemption. That will be number 13. Income tax, depending on the state that you reside in, please reach out to your state tax representative and find out that now that you're 100% permanent and total, if you are within a certain bracket, they give you a tax break, right? In Maryland and Virginia, two separate means of handling things, but definitely you can get a tax bracket based on your state and a reduction based on your income level. So please do your research. Number 14 is college credits for military experience. So some states, like Maryland, will take some of your military experience, transcripts, and things you did in the military, and they convert that to credits. Those credits can now be converted to a degree. I think that's great, because in the military, we take a lot of classes, we go to a lot of schools, and they equate to something in the civilian realm. So nothing better than to take that experience with you, and now you can apply that for something if you're seeking some type of degree. Even the voc rehab process allows you to apply for a certification or college degree, and they're going to pay for it. Some of the veterans also have the Montgomery GI Bill and the College Fund that they're not taking advantage of. It's there, please take advantage of it. All right, I'm going to conclude today's video. We're going to talk about scholarships. So scholarships for veterans and families. Once you're 100% permanent and total, there are separate programs out there that is offered by the state. So please do your research, get out to the state representatives and find out what programs are available for you and your family. Now is the time to really start taking advantage. You sit back and you hear the news and the government is constantly talking about cutting this and cutting that. Yet half these people have never served. They don't understand the honor, the duty, the dedication, the sacrifices that veterans make, to include the ultimate sacrifices to make sure that we keep America as a whole safe. And we support our allied nations, right? So we put a lot into this. There's not a lot of gratitude. It took me 30 years of fighting. I'm still going to medical treatments. I got a couple of surgeries coming up. It took a long time to keep fighting the vid because I was uneducated. So a lot of the other videos, we're going to be talking about claims process and things that you can apply for. And that's why I try to post at least one video per week. All right, so those are the top 15 things that I came up with you today to let you know that there are additional benefits outside that VA process that you can tap into. I hope you found this information educational and informative. I forgot to mention at the beginning in my video, I'm not a lawyer. This is not a company. A lot of this stuff is based on my personal experience. So basically, it's what I've experienced. Now, again, I kind of implore you to kind of look at your state. Some states may differ based on policies and procedures, what they'll do for a veteran. Some states are very veteran friendly. And some benefits are really good to tap into, so please do that. I'll put a lot of the information mentioned in the link below. So if you got any comments, kind of put that down there, and I'll reach back out to you as well. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos. Hopefully you found them informative. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I can guarantee you there's somebody out there that wants the information. And if you really like what we're talking about and how I'm trying to help, become a member. Join down below. Let's kind of kick back and do a one-on-one. I can start helping prep you for your resumes. I can help you prep for federal interviews and everything. So we'll talk a little bit more. Thanks again for watching, and have a safe and enjoyable day.